For black sheep, empaths, and scapegoats, there's this feeling inside of feeling wrong. I know that that fueled me to find answers my entire life because I thought if I can just find the answer, everything will be all right. Everybody will love me. That didn't happen. This video is about how to overcome that feeling of feeling wrong, why it's there, and how to find a life really that you want to live. My name is Mark. This is The Emotional Alchemist. I help scapegoats, empaths, and black sheep drop the baggage of the past, find joy, happiness, and wonder, that life we're all looking for. Many of us grew up being held to a standard which, as we look back, was impossible. It was like everything we did was somehow never quite good enough. And this was across the board, whether it was school, family, work, whatever it was. And that feeling of can leave a hole here because we're always searching for that perfection in order to be able to, I don't know, in the eyes of other people, be seen as right. And that feeling of being wrong, it's not so much that our actions are wrong. That feeling it plays to this idea that we ourselves are wrong, because acceptance of us was always conditional on our actions. And now, whether that's, again, that can be right up to the present day. We see this society which says that everything is image, and that fuels into the idea that we have to be perfect. Well, if we have to be perfect and can never live up to that standard, then we're going to come up with the idea that we never reach that standard. And actually, on the flip side of that, you've got self-sabotage, self-destruction, and ultimately self-hatred, because there's this internal dialogue. Unless I get to here, I am not good enough. And this is everywhere in life. It's so self-destructive. And for me, the answer really is, for me, actually, I tried all my life to try to find answers. It was like I was an amazing consultant because I'd spent all of my life trying to spot things that are out of place, just tweak them and find out what we can do to fix this. And I became really good at that. And I'm like, and that's a wonderful thing of having grown up in the scapegoat role and found empowerment from it, because actually all of this stuff, if you've been carrying hardcore baggage that's not yours for years, ultimately it's for you to put it down and realize that carrying 1,000 tons of baggage over the last 30 years, 40 years has made you amazingly strong. The trouble is trying to put down that baggage. And actually, the easiest way to do that is just through truth, to name what's going on. When I name to my friends, those people who support me, and say what has gone on, what happened way back when, and it's like they see it objectively. My friends look at me and they go, dude, that's not normal. That, for a 6-year-old, that wasn't normal. For a 12-year-old, that wasn't normal, whatever it was. Because then because I'm minimizing it, it's normal for me. And I'm like, what do you mean? I spoke to a friend of mine this morning. He's like, dude, it's totally understandable. You feel that way. He didn't say you should change because that feeling is wrong, because he validated the emotion that I feel, or identified with it. So I could self-validate, because I could see that he's giving me love by naming truth and his experience. It's like, there's a reason that you feel sad, it's a reason that you feel angry, or any of the rest of the emotions, because probably something sad has happened in your life, and so you feel appropriately sad. If someone punches you in the face, it's like, and someone says you shouldn't feel the pain in your face, you're going to go, that's just bloody weird. Why would somebody say that? So if something sad happens to you and someone says you shouldn't feel sad, why are you feeling sad? You should feel ashamed of yourself for feeling sad. Oh no. If you're human and have normal emotions, then feeling sad is appropriate for sad stuff that's happened. Now, you don't want to feel sad the whole time. And many of us did identify with a lot of that stuff and carried a sadness and a shame throughout all of this. And empowerment from the scapegoat role is doing the shadow work, going back, looking at that stuff, doing it with someone else so they can go, dude, it's understandable you feel that way. And when I say dude, it's a kind of 90, it blows me away. 90% of you that watch my channel are women. I'm like, thank you. And I'd really appreciate it if you would write in the comments and tell me why you watch, because that will help me make better videos. There's that voice. That'll help me make videos that basically help me and help you. So many of you write comments every day, and I wake up and there's new comments. Now that is sometimes overwhelming because it's basically loads of self-love every day. For me, and this is it, it comes back to the truth. You guys are telling me that you have the same experience that I do. Therefore, we build together. I love the idea that it's our weaknesses, not our strengths, that bind us together. The more vulnerable I am, and it's not easy. These videos are, it's been I won't even call it a labor of love. I've never liked making these videos, but as I look back over 2.5 years, I'm like, wow, I have changed. I have become stronger, and it's basically, I've named where the cracks are in my life and been able to heal them and show you how I'm doing it, and you appreciate that, and you tell me that, and you tell me where you have healed in your lives, and it's like, wow, it's like, so we're bonding together. For me, that really is it. It's truth. It's so many of us have been afraid to say, and can be afraid to say, hi, I'm Mark, and all of that, because being in society these days, the hardest thing truly is to be truly an individual, to stand out, to be a target. But actually, that is what I love in people the most. When I see them being their authentic selves, it's like, yes. And you run the risk. You've got, because the people that tell the truth generally are the ones who die. You've got, let's see, Jesus, Gandhi, Martin Luther King, John Lennon, all scapegoats. But you wouldn't regret that, because they made such a change. I'm not saying that I'm Jesus. I'm not saying that I'm John Lennon, or anyone yet. Hey, there's still time. Jesus was dead by my age. The more we learn to find truth, and that just means we have to speak it and say, ooh, that's the hard bit. Because what's the fear about actually naming what's going on in your situation? But it's probably because you've said it before and someone else has said, you shouldn't say that, you should feel ashamed, you should do this, you should be like that, whatever it is. So find tribe, find those people that support you in doing that which I call shadow work. Carl Jung first. I said that if we don't reconcile what we can't see in our psyches, it will control us and things will manifest in our lives to help us to process the fear and the shame and walk through it. That is my experience. It's a crazy life. It's amazing, painful, beautiful, all the rest of it. For me, I've also realized how much, because I've done so much emotional work to be able to connect spiritually, but I've also had to do a lot of health work with Hashimoto's disease, which is the blocked throat chakra, stomach infections, and all the rest of it. I've had to do a lot of learning about how to take care of my physical body, because if my physical body isn't 100%, then the emotions that I'm feeling within it are going to be harder to deal with, and that has a knock-on effect. All of this stuff, they say holistic, but I don't particularly like that word, but it's like it does describe everything. If I'm not feeling great emotionally, it has a knock-on effect with my body and vice versa, and then I can't find that joy, I can't find that happiness. I can, but it seems that it doesn't last very long. I've had to do a lot of repair of my body, and currently I'm building a health course in order to be able to show you guys everything I've learned in the last 3 years. I'm feeling better. I put on weight. I can express myself easier. It seems to be working. I'm currently in a faith space, which is like, there's some really uncertain stuff and some in my life, and somehow that's all right. The more I can become me, name my truth, heal my body, balance my emotions, and connect to my purpose and find joy with you, me, and everybody else, that my life gets better. That's why I make these videos. And for the health stuff, I do also have some health balancing exercises that I do every morning. The link is in the description below if you want to get a copy of that. It's free, it's just a download. That's it. If you want to see another video on scapegoating, it's here. Thanks for watching.